welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My name is Gail Moffat, and I'm looking forward to having a wonderful, wonderful show with you. So a bit later on, we're going to have a couple of callers come in. So we're going to do some lovely private readings, and so who knows, that could be you. Anyway, before we go to our readers, I thought that I would talk a little bit about being a healer, because not only am I a psychic and a medium, I am a healer, and what that means is I'm able to place my hands on people and bring about healing. And in order to do that, there's a lot of sort of like prerequisites that sort of take place. And first of all, I have to sort of, get into that little sort of, space where I call it my light, fluffy space, where I'm connecting to spirit. And even when I'm, doing these shows, I'll be in that space, but in a sort of slightly different way. But nevertheless, whenever you're connecting to spirit, you need to be connected. And people who, are in the know, often refer to it as being in the power. So that's a technical term for those people who are not in the know. But anyway, once you're in the power, what happens is that, for a long time, I had a guide called Saint Sebastian, and he would step forward and do the healing. And he's an incredibly knowledgeable guide, and he would talk about people's health and difficulties that they were having with their health. And I used to sort of slightly squirm as he was doing this, because I used to think, oh, could I do this? Could somebody sue me? Or, but he would just sort of continue on and give this information. And he kept on telling me that I needed to trust him. So I did. And then one day, something remarkable happened. Is God stepped forward and told me that he would now do the healing through me. And so I thought what would be really nice is that if anyone is listening that has some difficulties with their health and needs some help and support in any way, then what we can do is we can, if you somehow get your name to me, or get it through the show, and that can be passed on to me, and then I will put you on my healing list. And so whenever I do my healing, which I do every day, your name will be on the healing list, and hopefully God will be attending to you. One thing that he does say is we all have a life path, and sometimes people come to the earth specifically to understand and learn about health issues, and he would never want to interfere with a soul's wishes. But when it's a situation where perhaps, something went wrong in an operating theatre, or you took the wrong medicine, or your life path slightly changed, he is really keen to bring about healing. So food for thought. Healing is possible, and one thing that I'm always taught is that I can never promise anything that we can be healed, and so it's something that it's sort of, in a way, it's a bit experimental, and it's whether it's the wish of God as to whether it's successful. Anyway, so just remember, if you need to I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My name's Gail Moffat. So if you do need to get your name to me, do find me. Anyway, I believe we have some callers, and Jennifer in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, is waiting. Are you there, Jennifer?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hello, and how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. It's been fantastic weather in England at the moment, so we're all enjoying that. So anyway, I am a medium, and I'm also a psychic. Now, what that means is I can connect to a loved one, if that is your desire, or I can that's somebody who's in spirit that's passed, and communicate with them. Or I can go to my guides and give you guidance in any aspects of your life. Is there any particular way that you would like me to work?
Guidance, please.
And whereabouts would you like me to focus?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Where would you like me to focus?
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so where would you like me to focus with your guidance? Is there any particular, like a, job or relationship? Is there a particular, we only have a short space of time.
I need a little bit of both. I think everyone does, a little bit of both.
Right. So, okay. So, what I'll do is I'll see what comes up and see what happens, and I'm sure I can rely on my guides to bring through exactly what is needed. So my guide Arthur is standing by. He's one of my guides, and he's standing by the side of me, and he is telling me that you have found yourself where you're at in your life is not where he's saying to me that you never planned to be in this position that you're in now, and it's a set of circumstances that led you to this position where you're in, and it's a position that it's almost like, well, I'll have to sort of deal with it, but it's not entirely where you would want to be in your life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And he's saying that you're sort of almost in a situation where you're thinking, well, shall I just sort of just get on with it and stay where I am and deal with where I'm at, or shall I make some changes? And those decisions, I believe, haven't been made by you yet, and you're still in this sort of quandary and a dilemma as to which way do you walk, which path do you take, which way, what do you do in your life? And does that make sense to you?
No, that does. I feel like I'm stuck at a crossroad.
Yes. And he's saying to me that what happens in the spirit world, he's saying to me, is that they you have a number of people that are you've got some people that are connected to you in spirit that are drawing close to you at this time, because there is a need to make a radical difference in your life. And I feel that need comes from spirit more, whereas you're sort of thinking, oh, which way should I go? What should I do? But I feel like spirit are trying to steer you in a particular sort of direction. And I feel like what I'm being told is that you're quite a bright person. You're quite intelligent, and you're somebody that is thinks things through very carefully, and always likes to put the best foot forward. And when whatever you grab or hold on to, or whatever you do, you try to do things to the best of your ability. And I feel also that, because I feel that you did very well academically, or to whatever level you got to. I feel that you got good grades. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, I've always done very well academically, and done well in all my studies.
I was shown an A plus for you, and I'm being told that I feel that what's required of you for you see, we all have a life path, and our life path is so important to us because that's why we come to learn our lessons. That's why we're here. But I feel that we have that there is a particular life path that's going to require for you to make some radical changes. And these radical changes, I'm being drawn to the idea of a career, and I feel like you're going to sort of change your job in some respect. But what you're going to gain from this new job and gain in knowledge is going to stand you in good stead for your next position after that. Because I feel like you're going to be doing something that, and I don't feel like that's in the next the job that you're going to go to. I feel like it's the one after. I feel that you're going to be doing something that is going to be, I feel like it's going to make a difference to people. And it's important that you're well equipped and you have all the knowledge and you have all the skills that brings you to this point. Because I feel very strongly you've got an important job to do. And that important job is going to change the way people think, or change the minds of people, or change the way people are in their lives. I just feel like there's you will be, and I feel like a cog in the wheel of making a difference for people's lives and changing the way they live their lives. And I feel that there's no coincidence in sort of why you have been successful academically, because you needed these skills to get to this point. And I'm being told that this is something that's going to be like given to you, that is this not the next job, but the job after. I feel that this is important for you because you agreed to do this before you came to the earth plane, and you agreed for to be given these skills that I feel like you're going to be, when you reach this position, you're going to be highly trained and your ability will be quite sort of excellent. Does any of that make sense to you?
Somewhat. It's been what I've been thinking about, considering going back to school to get the training to do that career change. Right.
Because I know that everything that you do up to that next job is going to give you skills, and that's something that they sort of gave to me, like that it's going to be skills that you're going to acquire. It's like everything is getting you to this point. And I just get that feeling that job is going to be very important. I also feel that you have a grandmother that is in spirit, and I feel that it's on your father's side of the family. And I feel with this grandmother that she is guiding and helping you along this path. Have you ever been interested in
Did you say on my dad's side or my mom's side?
I felt like it was on your dad's side.
That makes sense.
And are you interested in anything medical or research or something of that nature?
My whole life has been surrounded by medical. My grandma was a nurse.
Right. Okay. Because I feel that where you're going to be is, I feel that you're going to be doing some sort of research that is going to bring you an accolade in your life, and that research is where you're going to be making a difference. And I feel like it's, I don't know whether the research it just felt a little bit more medical. And I don't know in what capacity, but I just felt that it was more medical than anything else. And I just know that, and I also know that your grandmother is walking along this path with you and making sure that everything is going to be okay. I hope that helps. Sadly, we always run out of time. It's never long enough for a reading, and so does that make sense to you in any shape or form?
It does a bit, yes. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for ringing in, and best of luck to you, because I think you're going to be quite successful in life. So thank you. Right, so we have another caller, and that is Mackenzie in Traverse City, Michigan. Hello, Mackenzie, are you there?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hello, and my name's Gail Moffat, and I'm able to connect to loved ones in the spirit world, but I'm also able to go to my guides and seek guidance. Is there a particular way, or where would you like me to focus for your reading?
With the spirit world.
Okay, and is there somebody?
World.
Right, and is there somebody in particular that you'd like me to connect to? I feel like there's a male. Yeah. A male has just come straight forward. This is your dad you want, is it?
What was that?
Did you say you wanted your dad?
No, it was my best friend, Deanne.
Deanne. And is he male, Deanne?
Yes, he is.
Because I've got a young man standing in front of me, and he was here before you even said Deanne, and he, oh bless him, he's showing me tears rolling down his eyes, and he says, and he's saying to me that he's so sorry that and he's just like wanting to apologize over and over and over again, because he feels that he's let you down, and he says if he hadn't have passed, he's saying to me that things would have been different from you, because he's making me feel that his passing caused a knock-on effect in your life, that it had an impact on your life that you couldn't have foreseen in any shape or form. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, and he's just full of emotion, because he's saying to me, I never ever expected to, it was never ever my, like he's saying to me, I love you so much that I would never ever dream of hurting you in any way. But he was the person that was helping you get over a difficult situation in your life. And he was somebody that was so caring and so loving to you. And his passing meant that you were unable to have this support and this caring that you needed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's saying to me, pardon?
I said it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. I've been doing this for years, and even, every time I get something, I just think, oh, isn't that unbelievable? It is. And in a way, it's like a miracle, isn't it? That we can, connect to people that have passed. And so let me get back to him. We don't want to talk amongst ourselves, do we? I like talking, as you can probably gather, But let's get back to Mackenzie, because he's got his little window of opportunity, and he's saying to me that he's made a decision, and he feels that this is an important decision, and did he ever sort of you described him as a friend, but was there any sort of romantic inclination with him?
Kind of.
Yeah, I thought there was. I just, because he's saying to me that he would have liked to have eventually married you and be with you on a, and he's saying that his love for you is so strong that he has, and this is where he's made the decision. He's made a decision that he is going to guide and help you in your life. He's going to be with you to finish off the job that he promised to do. In other words, finish off the job where he said that he would help and support you over this difficult situation. And he's going to come forward and just and help you and guide you in your life, because he feels that you're still not out of the woods. You're still not clear of all the things that you need to be clear of. And he wants to, he says that he's telling me that you still need his help get through this difficult time. He's drawing my attention to, I feel like it could be, have you got some parents that haven't been so easy in your life?
That haven't been so easy?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Am I using the right terminology? Sometimes things don't quite translate because I'm from England. So when I say so easy, yeah. Oh, you understand. And because he's saying to me that because I feel like there's I'm drawn to a male, and I feel that this could be your father, and he's saying to me that he's making me feel that your upbringing was quite tough, and he makes me feel that he needed to support and shield you and protect you from sometimes the way your family would be. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
And he was such a protector, such a gorgeous man, and he's got the most beautiful smile and like twinkly eyes. He could, when he would walk in the room, and that big, he'd always have that big beaming smile. And
he did.
And I feel like you had a little bit of a penchant for a little bit of chocolate. And he's making me feel like he wants to give you chocolate, or wants to. I feel like he would quite often buy you little presents, but they would just be little things, not big things, not expensive things. Just little sweet little things. And I feel that he would quite often buy you little bits of, I feel like it's food orientated, like a little bit of chocolate or some, what you would call cookies or things like that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, kind of. It reminds me of his mom. His mom always was giving me chocolate.
Oh.
But if he was still here, I'm sure he would be doing the same thing.
Yeah, he would. It's like he knows the way to your heart.
Yeah.
And he's saying to me that he would have been happy. Did he still live at home with his mum?
He did, yes.
Because I feel that he would have been happy for you to go and live there with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
And he's saying to me that he would have been over the moon if you could have come in and sort of moved in with them, because he feels that way you could be safe, you could be protected, and he could look after you. He just makes me feel that his complete and utter role in life is about looking after you and protecting you. What an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous man this man is. And where you are lucky is that he's going to be your guide in your life, and you're going to have him there for the rest of your life, I believe. He's going to be supporting you. Isn't that fantastic news?
Yes, it is. That made my day for sure.
Oh. And just before I go, have you just received a certificate for something? Or is this a memory that he's giving to me? And I feel like I want to go back to sort of school or something. Yeah, like you've passed something, like you've gained an award or a certificate, or...
Someone had me, or I was supposed to stay sober for so many days, and I did that, and I got an incentive from actually his mom.
Wow. Because I feel like you want to punch the air because you succeeded, and I'm just getting that real strong sort of feeling of him being so proud of you, and he just keeps on saying to me, keep up the good work.